So today we've got a new laser power supply from OmTech that we're going to be swapping into this unit to replace the existing laser supply that no longer works. So we're going to demonstrate today how to do that on the channel. That way, if you ever run into the same exact scenario with any fiber laser, because they're all pretty much the same, you're going to know exactly the process of how to do it. So here we go. All right, so first thing we're going to do is unbox this bad boy. So this here is your 30-watt Raycus power supply. So we've got our power cable here, which has our 24 negative, our ground, and our 24 positive. And then we've got our actual laser beam here and our laser source supply. So we're going to take this all out. Packaging is very well done on this. Be very careful. You don't want to drop none of this stuff. Yeah. It's got some weight to it, so make sure you handle it right. Again, this is a 30-watt Raycus power supply. It's got the power out, and then it's got the cable in. Now this one seems a little bit different from the one that I have in there, because the one that I have has another little port. Obviously it's not used, but this is 24 volt DC power supply, and this is the RFL P30Q. So same exact model. So we're going to go ahead and get our old one out and get our new one in. Okay, so one thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove this from this unit here. We'll have to unscrew the back end here to get these two pieces off to remove this, and then take all of this wrapping off of the cables all the way down. And then on our actual tower, same thing, we're going to remove this power supply here with this brand new one. So first things first, we'll go ahead and remove this and the external parts, so we'll do that now. I can almost guarantee that putting that stuff back over the cables is probably going to be the hardest part of this whole project. Watch. Before I do anything, because I kind of want to visually inspect all these cables. Now, I didn't get any instructions on how to do this, but I've seen some YouTube videos on the process pretty much. So first thing we'll do is cut our zip ties. Okay. And to release this, I'm going to put a new one. So we got two screws on the top of this, so we're going to loosen those. So this laser is basically already set here. There's 4 bolts that actually stop this bracket. So this bracket here is adjustable up and down, and that's to help with the focus of the actual dot. So once you loosen these top ones, that just releases this by itself. So this is separate. Yeah, we'll have to cut all of the zip ties off. So as you can see, your 2 bolts here, loosen this. These are your 4 bolts here for this main bracket, the whole thing as a whole. Probably don't need to mess with that because we're just putting the original one back in. 4 screws here that will loosen up. This will separate here and come off, and then everything slides through this square hole. So the box comes out this way, and then everything just comes through this hole. So We're going to go ahead and loosen these 4 bolts on the end here, as well as these, and start sliding everything through. Now that our straps or zip ties are undone, all of these are independent wires now, so we can go ahead and run that. Get that down in there, and you'll be able to accomplish that with no problem. So we got our PE wire, which is our yellow and green. We've got our blue wire, which is your 24 volt negative. And then we got our brown wire, which is our 24 volt positive. Okay, so that is now loose. Get that through. Set that there. You got to get your power cables through first. Okay. This obviously will feed through. Should we get it over the top of this yellow one? Okay, so here's our wires coming out to the head. We'll go ahead and put that cap back on. Now, just so you know and familiar with the inside of this obviously is your USB connector that goes to here for your USB out. Here's your filter. This is your 15 volt power supply for your galvo head. And then this is your 24 volt power supply for the device. These should be reading 24, and then this one should always read 15 on the voltage, just to get you familiar with what these components are here. So we'll put all that together after we've confirmed that everything is working the way it should. So we're going to run this back under. Now there's definitely some differences between this here and the one that is on the other one. The other piece is way longer and this one's a lot shorter. So I'm not too familiar with it having to be that short. I guess whatever works. Now we'll definitely have to loosen this to push it all the way forward into this foam piece here. So as of right now, everything is connected. Everything is running the way it should. And what I want to do is actually do a test run and see what's happening here before we do anything else. So our machine is set up. We got that turned on. So now what we're going to do is run this for the first time, see if everything's working before we finally assemble this. So here goes nothing. On 3, 2, 1. Yeah, buddy. Oh, this is my first time running a fiber. Dang, that is sick. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Okay. Very cool. This is the first time I've ever ran anything on this. This was from something else, another test on somebody else's fiber. But yeah, there it is. The detail on that is insane. I mean, obviously I've got a dial in settings, but this is just 2000 at 40% power, 40 frequency. But that's pretty insane. 30 watt. Very rad, man. So cool stuff. We definitely were able to determine it was the power supply. And the way we were able to do that, let me turn that off real quick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You hear how loud this thing is. It's funny because a buddy of mine brought his MOPA over, same company, OmTech, and you can't even hear his. It's kind of weird. But here, you really hear these fans. It's kind of interesting. So by getting 24 volts here with the multimeter, and then getting 15 volts here, determined that the laser source was bad when we had 0 power coming out of the laser source. We weren't even getting that bright white light burning the metal. So here we are, which is pretty cool. So we're now ready to rock and roll, and be prepared, guys, because we've got a lot of custom hat patches with our LaserHyde leatherette that we're going to be rocking and rolling on. I want to specifically show people how to cut their blank patches with another laser. You can do it with the fiber, but cut your bulk patches in bulk with a CO2. I would say an RF laser. That's what we're using now. And then laser engrave them with your fiber. That's going to make production extremely fast. And on this channel here, guys, it's kind of exciting for me because we are going to dial that process in, because this is what we do. We do hat patches and we sell leatherette sheets and custom adhesive for the hat patch making industry, hat businesses, etc. So if this is what you're into, hey, get ready for a ride, because we're going to rock and roll. And any other fibers we get after this, we're going to highlight those as well. So hopefully somebody's out there watching. If you guys want to drop a fiber to the channel and highlight what yours can do through us, hey, hit me up, let me know. We'd be glad to put it here in the shop. So I'm going to put this thing back together now, and that's going to be it for tonight. I just wanted to try to get this thing going and see if I can get it working before tomorrow. And definitely we just did. So very, very cool. I'm very excited now. I've been wanting one of these for quite some time now, and I am glad this thing is finally working. All right, so if you haven't seen our leatherette or our adhesives, I encourage you guys, go to laserhyde.com. Laser, L-A-S-E-R, Hyde, H-Y-D-E, all one word, laserhyde.com. We have some of the thickest leatherette on the market, some of the most high-end quality leatherette on the market, as well as adhesives. So if you guys are into solid, really high-end, really rad colors, go check out our collections on our website, okay? We also are getting ready to, well, we already do sell the blank patches in about 31 different shapes now. And you guys can also order them in custom sizes now. So if you guys have fiber lasers, you can order LaserHyde blanks with adhesive backing on them, and you guys can just fiber laser engrave them, and then you are good to go. But we are going to perfect the process here as we go. And then boom, when we do that, hey, we'll put it in our Facebook group, which will be in the link below, as well as we're going to just get it out there in a lot more videos. So talk to you later, guys. I am out. Peace.